Up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTubeverse. She says hello too. I know you're gonna eat. I just wanted to stop right here. I'm in front of that room. It's getting really good. I swept a lot of stuff out. I am actually a little bit they're not doing so well today. I have sciatica hurting so bad. That stuff is all the way down to the bottom part of my leg. And yes, I'm not wearing my hat. Normally I wear my hat because my hair crazy. I have a 35-something-year-old hairline, so normally I keep that stuff covered, but I like my dreads too much, man, to really let them go like that, so my hair's all crazy. Hold up. What little hair I got left. Careful those out there. Your hairline can look like this one day. Anywho, let's get this cat fed. I know, I hear you, food-driven kitty. Here. My goodness. She purrs while she eats. What you doing? You gotta slow down, Dusty, okay? Don't eat too quick, you'll get sick. You got to breathe, kitty. My goodness. I kind of watch after her when she's eating because she is definitely a food-driven kitty. She likes her certain types of foods and everything. Oh my goodness. Let's get this down some. There we go. Some of that too. And some freeze-dried stuff right there. She's still not quite sure about the freeze-dried yet, but I know it's healthier for her, so we're trying to get her on it more. I mean, she's old kid. She kind of picks what she want to eat. She's like 19 or 20. I made jokes on some earlier videos that she's like 21 or 22. I was like, again, jokes. We're not sure. She went through quite a few families before coming to us, but geez Louise, kitty. Food-driven critters. Someone right here is ready for their snack. Here you go, buddy. Here's a yogurt drop. Yogurt, buddy. There you go. He puts it right in his mouth to go eat. Start doing for him is I have to start putting his food up here and everything because this little dude keeps burying all of his stuff in the substrate. Goodness, you can tell I work with a lot of reptiles. His bedding and stuff, which is going to be changed out very soon. I just wanted to show that before I did that and everything, which is why I'm not showing a bunch of the bedding. White bedding is actually amazing for me to tell. If you can tell by the little bits here, that is not as messy as it might look, but the fact it's white bedding makes it look extra messy and makes me clean it up extra quick. Isn't that right, buddy? Because we don't want you getting sick. Nope. Yeah, hello. I know, you getting older now. You're like a year and a half, almost 2. You can see the 2 frogs. The one guy sleeping. It's about to be morning time for him. Yeah, hi, buddy. You waking up? I'm sorry. Oh, don't get mad. I didn't mean to wake you up. Dull frogger. There's a Dumpy Whites for you, friends. The guy up top, I'm pretty sure is a lady. That is Michigan J, as you know. Look at that throat pouch thing. They make so much noise. That stuff can cover a couple of miles worth of hearing. I know, buddy. You're a big, powerful man, making all that big noise. I know you waking up. It's time for you to go into your favorite time of day. And night time. Good afternoon, evening, Dramoka. Look at her, man. Can you believe that the people at the pet store I got her from are calling her ugly? I know. What you looking at? Oh, this little red light is not food. We're gonna get you food in a bit, though. She was looking at the camera light like, tasty. Give you guys an idea of all the clothes. This is all a pile of clean clothes I'm going through and all that and everything. That is just my mess and stuff, because I'm also sitting in front of the TV. This is all dirty clothes. This is what I've been working on, is this here. And then the stuff right here at the end of this haul are all a bunch of clothes that I'm going to do a bunch of, like, organizing with. Some of it's going to be hung up to be a soundproofing. Some of it's going to be used as change-ups for the animals and things. But I am in achy pain right now, so I'm kind of using this time to heal up, because I'm hurting, man. The sciatica's not fun. It's a pinched nerve is what sciatica is, and it happens a lot to me when the weather get weird or when I don't sleep well or something, and that nerve can shoot right down to from the back of the leg where the hip at down to the ankle. It's kind of where it's at right now, because my dingus self forgot to bring my cane to work, and they needed me today because we were doing a fun event thing, and they needed their animal expert, even though the event was uneventful, because today's a very big day in the Charlotte area in the North Carolina where there's the protests going on, and I do hope you guys remember to do it peacefully and respectfully. Your voice can be heard with love much more than it can be with hate, so if you're going to combat something that you feel is hateful and disgusting, do so in the opposite that it made you feel. And I just want to say that because I've seen what's been going on at the West Coast, and there are some who are protesting proper and doing things with respect and love, and there are some who are just, man, we should not be throwing stuff and like trying to hurt people and shining lights into the helicopter's eyes. And if that's really true or not, information can be crazy, but that's on the West Coast, and I'm only going to go say that's speculation. I have no proof of any of that, but it does concern me, considering how riots can work sometimes, where they can take peaceful protests and make them disgusting. So just keep that in mind. Don't be like the people we be fighting against, Be good. Be loving. And I'm not going to get much on that, because I don't do those protest things much either. If anything, this is what I would do to protest on something, just be peaceful, loving, and speak my mind on the path of goodness that I am trying so stinking hard to stay on. Anywho, like I said, today was an event at my job, and we didn't really have much with it. We got some Oxbow worksheets, so to speak, that we were going to give out to kids and share with the kids and stuff, and some Father Day things, but yeah, not much happened. There was a lot going on. Also, I think they were doing a Pride Parade today, which I thought in North Carolina they do it on a slightly different month, but hey, there's a lot going on in the city, so our thing was uneventful. But don't worry, friends. I actually brought a couple of those worksheets here. Let's check them out right quick. All right, so I'm not going to try and keep this too long or anything, but what we are going to do here is I have these worksheets, and I kind of looked at this one already, and I thought this was cute. This is meant for kids, so this one's going to be super simple, guys. I don't even need to do any writing on this. So these are fun things, and so you're supposed to scramble words up, word scramble right here. And if you look here, hamsters need a safe place in their habitat. To do this, a small cardboard box or an Oxbow Timothy Club tunnel will work great. Yeah, I wonder who made these worksheets. That would be a hide, H-I-D-E. And you take the H as part of the secret word. And the next thing, hamsters like to munch on this. They also like to use it for burrowing, digging, and nesting. It's a 3-letter word. It is hay. Now, this is not 100% correct. Hamsters can munch on it some, but they actually have trouble digesting it compared to things like rabbits, guinea pigs, and even, I would say, chinchillas and so on. Rats, mice, and hamsters do not do as well with hay like gerbils and other animals do that are of the rodent variety. Now, if you're really going to get technical, I said rabbit, and rabbit's not a rodent, but I did a video on that, and I'm more than happy to explain the difference between rodents and lagomorphs whenever. If you guys would like me to do a video on that, redo a video on that, I'm more than happy to do that. Now, another thing, this one's actually a very fun fact, in fact. The word describes hamsters' diet. They love eating foods that come from plants and animals. So, that's weird, right? Wait, aren't those guys like squirrels and eat nuts and, veggies? Well, no. And yes. Even squirrels don't eat just nuts and veggies. They also will be seen even snacking on small snakes and other birds and other things. They are omnivorous, which is what that word is, omnivore. Not omnivorous, but omnivore. Now here's a fun one. This one caught me for a second because it said this type of food makes a great treat for hamsters. And there's a lot of great treat for hamsters, including dried mealworms and dried crickets and so on. The proteins and bug fats and stuff and everything are so super good for them. Mixing up a diet, getting an omnivore mix with like veggies and the dried bugs is extremely beneficial for them. But in this case, it is true, be careful not to give these guys too much as they might be overweight. And that's because seeds, S-E-E-D-S, seeds are very fatty. But again, fats are important in a balanced diet for any animal, including human beings. Now, this one was a food shape thing. This one was like, huh? When I first saw that. This food shape is the best way. Now, I will also argue this one too down here. And we'll get to that in a second when I'm done reading it. This food shape is the best way. Oh my God. Hold on. Yeah, I promise I graduated high school. Let me reset that sentence right quick and try that again. This word is used to describe animals in the wild that other animals hunt for food. Oh, that's prey. I went past the other thing. So, yeah, I went from there to there. Sorry. So here, yeah, so prey. Prey animal. You know, animals that get hunted. Hunters or whatnot are different animals and stuff. We can get into that in one day too. That's all very interesting. I also study wild animal other than domesticated animals, and that does include the like exotic and local animals. I probably know more about local animals that have camped around these parts and stuff. And yeah, but anywho, nature's awesome. That's the big thing. So as we got pellets is here. The food shape. So when I say that, I argue that I think the best shape is the round shape, like little oval kind of thing, shaped like the Oreos, or not Oreos, Cheerios, you know? For some reason, roundish shapes that have a smell and a taste that's attractive to animals of like specifically hamster nature, I think it's probably because a lot of their favorite foods in nature are roundish in shape, like seeds and fruits and things that can be fermented. I mean, animals have been in wild known to seek out fermented fruits, just like our ancestors did way, way back with the whole Neanderthal things and all that, before we became the Homo sapiens we are today. So another thing with this, hamsters, along with gerbils, mice, and guinea pigs, are all grouped as this type of animal. Now, I did say this earlier, this is rodents. Another fun fact, capybara and chinchillas fall under the rodents, because they are different than bunnies and hares, which are lagomorph species. One of the big I'll tell y'all one of the big differences between the two. Rodents, their hands are going to be somewhat like ours. There's not going to be fur on their hands or anything, you know? It's going to be open palm sort of look. Now, bunnies and so on, their fur actually covers up under their feet and everything. They don't have the fingers and the open palms that they do. And I will give you a second fun fact. Bunnies, in fact, they do not have teeth that meet head on, like chomp chomp, you know? Their teeth don't meet head on like a rodents do. They actually clip like scissors. So they're used more for getting vegetation and vines and stuff off of plant stuff. And then the last thing is just a silly thing. Again, it's for kids. Hamsters are famous for carrying food around in these. Now it's cheeks. The proper term would be cheek pouches because their cheeks are their cheeks, but they have an amazing ability to stuff half of their body size into their cheeks, and the cheeks are so stretchy, like a Stretch Armstrong, that they can stuff their faces full. And this is because they will travel 2 to 3 miles from their burrows to find food, and the best way to get back for such a small little creature, if they have to travel all that way back, is to just stuff it in their mouth and carry it back with them. So yeah, I can do more of these worksheets if you like the one here. There's still all of this, and we can go over facts of not just bunnies, but guinea pigs, and also the very important thing, I will probably go over this because this is something very important for both lagomorph and rodent species. But anyway, I know that these videos are not supposed to go too long. I do have fans and peoples who only have so much time to sit and watch everything. So I will leave it at here for today. I will probably do a part 2 of this tomorrow or something. Due to the fact I work today and I am in excruciating pain with the hip, it is really bad. I'm actually sitting right now to do this video, and that's something I never normally do. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you like. If you think of subscribing, that would be awesome too. And watching till now helps the algorithms in my flavor. So y'all are stinking awesome. Always keep being good and just take it easy. Right now, a lot's going on in the world, and even in our own backyards. Best thing to do when it's uncertain, deep breath, and look around and see what you got. Because what you got is what's going to help you make a difference for what's going to be better. With that, peace out. I hope you all being good out there, and if you are doing those sort of like protest, be respectful, be loving, be different than the people you speaking up against. Peace out.